Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a super fun passion project that I decided to do. I actually did see a TikTok as an inspiration for this video, and I saw somebody painting bicycle cards, so I thought why not and make my own deck of cards. I just thought this would be a super fun way to make a whole bunch of mini paintings and have a really fun and unique deck of cards to play with my friends and my family. I apologize in advance how the clips for the first half of this video were filmed vertically. It's because I was attempting to use this footage to make my very own TikTok as well. If anybody's interested in following me on TikTok, I can link it below, but I'm just gonna warn you, I'm not the best at TikTok and I don't exactly get it. I do try to stay in the loop, but yeah. I'm just gonna stick with my yoga and art videos for the most part. But anyway, you can still clearly see here what I'm doing. So basically I just take a card, I place masking tape on the edges of it, I just whited out the designs in the center of the card so you couldn't see through very well, and then I painted a design. I painted a sunset for the very first one that I did and I thought it was really beautiful. And then I just went ahead and did this for the rest of the cards that I had started. So the first 4 cards I did, I was still sort of getting the hang of the best way to paint these. And I was just putting white paint right on the designs. However, later I ended up changing that method and just putting white paint all over the entire rectangle in the center in order to create a smooth surface, because the first few have sort of like that bumpy area where I whited it out, which is kind of annoying, but that's just how it turned out. I didn't know exactly what I was doing as far as a theme goes when I started this process. I just knew that I wanted to do some really fun, beautiful scenery and sort of island themed. But as I went along, I decided to paint scenery and fruits and shells and all sorts of things like that that were very Hawaii themed specifically. I was inspired by a few pictures that one of my friends takes, really beautiful pictures on Kauai. I also did use a few reference photos that I found online as well, and I will do my very best to mention down below in the description the people and photos that I did reference. Some of this I made up myself and some of it was referenced. I didn't really think about creating a cohesion between each of the suits until I was about halfway done with this card deck. So there's not really any sort of pattern like that. I just did my very best to alternate doing sunsets and mountain scenery and, like I said, different fruits, and I did paint a few rainbows, which was super fun. I tried to make this really diverse and fun, so every time you draw a card, it's a new, fun, colorful experience. So these are just the first few that I started with. As you can see, as I go along, I definitely start to get the hang of what I'm doing, and the cards themselves start to look a lot more polished and put together. I can't express how absolutely fun this was because, like I did mention at the beginning of this video, I started this as a passion project. I had no other intention but to just do this for fun. And I really just got lost in the process. I thought this was so fun, and I would often work on 4 or 8 or sometimes more cards at a time. And it's great because each piece was so small that it was just a really quick and fun thing to do, and then I got to move on and do a completely new design, so it kept it really fresh the entire time that I was working on these. Not only that, but I got to paint just the most beautiful scenery in the place I love more than anywhere in the world, so the whole process was just like absolutely awesome. Yeah, as I went along, I didn't film the entire process, just because it was just really fun to paint it on my own, and I often was watching like a movie or a show with my family at the time, so I did stop and take little breaks to show you guys in between, but I thought that the clips in the beginning would be enough to give you like the general idea of how I'm painting these. So I didn't end up showing this, but I do have a clear coat that I'm spraying over the playing cards so I can play with them and they won't chip the paint, because that's something I was worried about, is not being able to play with the cards because of the paint coming off. So I am going to spray a clear coat over them so I can actually use these. I also did scan each of these cards, and I'm hopefully planning to print out card decks that I can have up for sale in my shop. So if anybody's interested in that, definitely like comment below and let me know if you'd be interested in having a unique playing card deck like this. I think my favorite cards to paint were, well, it's so hard to pick because I loved all of them, but probably the sunsets and definitely the spam. These are the Joker cards, as you can see, the spam containers. I love these. I just wanted them to look the absolute most unique, so when you got them, there was no question about if it was a Joker or not. It's very clear that you got a Joker if you got the spam, so those are super fun. I had to use like a tiny brush, and I put in so much little details in it. And even though the spam is like the most different from anything else I painted, I still feel like the style is the same as the rest of the style of the cards, so you can definitely tell it's still part of one deck. I'm just doing my best here to really give you guys a clear view of all the cards, because I did paint 54 individual cards by hand. Kind of a lot to show at one time, but I would love any feedback that you guys want to share with me. You can definitely feel free to go to my Instagram page and comment, or comment under this video. Tell me, what's your favorite card? What colors are your favorite? Which scenery is your favorite? If you have a few favorite cards, I would just love to hear whatever you'd like to share. I have to say, doing these mini paintings on these cards definitely inspired me to really get my creative juices flowing, and it helped me to brainstorm ideas for bigger paintings of kawaii that I do plan to do in the future. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you like videos like this, definitely feel free to subscribe to stay up to date with my content. You can follow me on social media, and stay grounded.